today on Divorce Court.
I'm here today because I want the judge to give Holly a different perspective about her workaholic ways and her enabling her sons.
My boys do live with me. They don't pay any bills because I want them to use their money when they get out of my house. Because you know what? There is no coming back to my house.
And she works entirely too much. And once we're married, there's no way that's going to continue. If I drink one beer, that's a problem for her because she doesn't drink at all.
I'm a little hesitant because he does drink a lot. He calls it being nice. I call it being drunk.
Divorce Court is now in session.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here today with Alvin Owens and Holly Bundley. The two of you have been together for 3 years. You've been engaged for 9 months. You are concerned about whether or not you should actually jump the broom, so you have come to me. You have filled out my compatibility test, which I have read and I'm going to talk to you about momentarily. You've given me your license with permission to tear it up should I think this union is ill-advised. Mr. Owens, I'm going to start with you. Why don't you tell me a little bit about your relationship and why we're here today?
Well, Your Honor, we're here today because my fiance, who I love dearly, is an enabler and a workaholic.
Enabler and workaholic, okay?
Yes, ma'am. She has 2 adult sons, 25 and 22, and she doesn't require them to contribute anything to the household whatsoever. And she's also works 2 full-time jobs, 80 hours a week, and that's why we're here today.
So you got 2 sons, 25 and 22.
Yes, ma'am.
And you think she enables them and babies them?
Absolutely.
Give me an example of some of the things that she does that concern you.
Well, for one, like I said before, she doesn't require them to contribute anything to the household. She does all that on her own. They both work, and up until recently, she was still paying for the cell phones and the car insurance.
Ms. Bundley, is that accurate?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you feel like you're not allowing them to grow up and be responsible for themselves, or do you think Mr. Owens has it wrong?
I think he has it wrong. I know he has it wrong.
Okay, explain it to me. What's your thought?
Well, my thought on the issue that he brought me to this show for is that,
Look at me. Yeah.
Oh, I don't take care of them. I did pay their cell phone bills up until less than a year ago because they were not ready. We have a plan in place. Mm-hmm. They don't pay any bills in my house, but they have a townhome that they're moving into at least before Thanksgiving. Mm-hmm. So I wanted them to just...
It's also a gift.
So you bought the townhome? That's a yes.
That's a yes.
Are they both working?
They are.
What do they use their money for? If you paying for the phone and the lodging, what are they using their money for?
I don't pay for any of that now, but I don't know. I honestly can't answer that. But I don't pay for their food, anything they need for themselves. Only thing I really did for them was a roof over their head, and that's it.
But you bought them a townhome. That's a big deal.
Well, I didn't buy that townhome for them. I already had that. So instead of renting that out to somebody else, both of them are going to move into it this year.
Rent free.
Well, that's costing you money. You know that, right?
No, ma'am.
Because if somebody else moved into it, they would pay you rent.
Well, it's paid for.
I understand that.
Yeah.
But if somebody else moved into it, they would pay you rent. That goes on your bottom line, net profit.
Right, that's true.
So you're sacrificing that profit for them. I'm not saying that's necessarily a bad thing. Mm-hmm. I'm just saying I see his point of view.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Go ahead, Mr. Owens. I'm sorry.
All right. Well, like I said, she's also a workaholic. She works 2 full-time jobs now, 80 hours a week, and she's always dead tired. She sleeps. She literally goes on 3 or 4 hours of sleep per night.
Mrs. Bundley, do you work 2 full-time jobs?
Yes.
Okay. Do you just enjoy working, or are economics such that that's necessary to survive?
It's not necessary.
Do you have expensive tastes?
I have expensive tastes, but what do you pay over there?
She's like a dude when it comes to her toys.
Explain that to me.
She has a motorcycle.
Oh.
She has a convertible. She got a sedan. And other than that, she doesn't really have a real expensive taste. She's not really concerned about having the latest...
gadgets and all.
Well, yeah, gadgets. She's a gadget girl.
Right.
Absolutely. But as far as clothes, other than handbags.
You have a lot of expensive habits?
No, I don't go out. I get my hair done every 2 weeks.
Well, you work all the time. You can't go out.
Oh, well.
You work 80 hours
I don't like that answer, you guys.
Now, Mr. Owens, it's nice to have a woman pulling in money. Do you enjoy the fruits of her labor as well?
Well, I don't necessarily see the fruits of her labor. I don't ask her for anything. I like to see more of her as
Right.
opposed to the fruits of her labor.
Ms. Bundley,
Now, hold
you're
that.
talking about whether or not to get married, and and he's talking about time. He wants to spend his time with you. Would you ever consider cutting back on it? Because it doesn't seem that you have to work that much. It's just you may enjoy it, but to adjust to a marriage, would you cut back a little bit?
Sure, I would, I wouldn't
Well,
work that second job.
once we tie the knot, she's not going to be working 2 full-time jobs. That's absolutely out.
I agree with that.
Okay,
I agree. I
okay.
want to do it.
You're not thinking that you can tell her that, are
Well,
you?
no, we've had this discussion before, so we've come to an agreement about that.
Oh,
already,
okay,
ahead of
okay.
time.
Ms. Bundley, we've been talking about you this entire time. What concerns do you have about Mr. Owen?
He drinks a whole lot.
When
Woo!
you say he drinks a whole lot, how much does he drink?
Every day, I'd say.
No, that's a negative.
How much every day? I know you don't agree.
I, don't,
How much every day?
I can't say how much every day, but when I'm drinking water, he's probably drinking beer. Example, I went downstairs from the hotel today to get some hot tea.
He was drinking a beer.
Corona. Yes. That's his girlfriend.
Not true.
Is that your girlfriend?
No, that's my
She get
girlfriend.
more kisses than no. She get more kisses than I do, Judge.
No.
Do you believe you have? How often do you say you drink?
Judge, I submitted a picture.
A picture of what? Okay.
Well, he calls it getting nice.
Yes, I
call
don't
it
get drunk. I get nice.
You get nice.
I don't. I
Okay.
stop before I get drunk.
Okay.
Oh,
if
you
if-
nice right there?
So if you, if, I
I
don't know
see
if
it
y'all-
in the eyes.
Yeah, see, I don't know if y'all see that.
Your Honor, that was New Year's Day.
It
So
doesn't
a
matter.
little niceness is to be expected on New Year's Day.
Exactly, my point.
I got
Exactly.
you. I got you.
Exactly.
Now I want to ask a very serious question, Mr. Owens.
Mm-hmm.
She's been married 4 times before.
Yes.
You're concerned about the number of marriages, and I want you to tell me what your concerns are. You've been married 4 times before.
I have.
Have you figured out what went wrong, and do you see how it's different with Mr. Owens?
I do. And to speak to what he's saying, when I said it's easy for me to walk away, if you cheat, we have no conversation. This
Right.
relationship is over with.
So if you do end up getting married, you'd be husband number 5. Tell me about the concerns that elicits for you.
Well, it's not so much a concern as the number of previous husbands that she's had. It's just more of concern that I wonder if she would be willing to, stick it out
Right.
through the thick and the thin. If she'd be so easy to throw in the towel if things got
Got
bumpy,
messy.
Got messy.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Is
'Cause
there
she's
a
actually-
common theme amongst the other husbands that she has, like reasons that she left? Have you discussed it with her?
We have touched on it a little bit, and I wouldn't say it's a common theme. It was under different circumstances for each one of them.
Right.
At least the story I was told.
Right.
And
right.
another reason it concerns me is because she's actually told me out of her own mouth, in her own words, that she's quick to walk away.
Ms.
Or
Bundley,
it's easy for her to walk
it's
away.
easy for her to walk away. Clearly. Ms. Bundley, you've been married 4 times before.
I have.
Have you figured out what went wrong, and do you see how it's different with Mr. Owens?
I do. And to speak to what he's saying, when I said it's easy for me to walk away, if you cheat, we have no conversation. This
Right.
relationship is over with. That's what I meant.
You need to give a seminar. A whole bunch of women come in here don't understand that at all. Have you talked about your previous marriages with Mr. Owens?
I have.
Mm-hmm.
And are you comfortable that she is a person who has the ability to commit through the thick and the thin?
I think so, Judge. You could appreciate this because when we got together, I was watching her.
You
I put the ring-
gotta watch watch them.
All right, I put the ring on it, and I'm watching her some more.
There you go.
So I think we're gonna be okay.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
Plus, we're all fives. I think this is right. I'm 50, he's 50-something, and he's the fifth. It's just gotta work out.
Meant to be. It's meant to be. Other than his drinking, do you have any concerns that you think he has that make you wonder?
It's pretty much his drinking and his insecurity. He doesn't trust me, but when he drinks, it enhances that.
It enhances that.
It
So is he a
definitely
bit jealous?
I'd say, but I
Give
don't
me
know
some
what.
examples of things that he's done that's indicative of his jealousy.
I remember one incident. I don't know, he's got a condo. Well, you can kind of hear things in the condo.
Right.
So I go in the bathroom getting ready for work. Well, who you talking to, your boyfriend? No, baby, my phone's right there on the nightstand beside you. Well, you must got two phones.
Judge, I'll tell you, 85% of the time when I slide those comments in, I'm just joking with it. I'm just playing around with it. I'm not serious
That.
about it.
Let's talk about that other 10, 15%. Are you worried at all? I mean, is there anything she's done or said that makes you believe you have a reason to be jealous?
No, she hasn't. I can't say that.
She's been pretty good. She's been pretty cool.
Good. She has.
Okay.
The excuse that he told me, he met me at the hospital. He was a patient at the hospital. But that shouldn't be a problem, because if I met you at the gas station, does that mean I can't go pump gas?
Right,
You know?
right.
Yeah, but you're not at a gas station 8 hours a day, though.
The best thing I've ever seen in any compatibility test is what Mr. Owens said. My intended is not any of the negative totalisms that I've seen on your show. He watches Divorce Court with you. You can't get any better than that. Would you marry someone that had been married multiple times before? Tell us what you think at facebook.com/Divorce Court. Divorce Court will be right back. I read your compatibility test and 2 words started flashing in my mind. Grown folk. I mean, you gave me grown folk answer. Rarely do I get that in here. Just grown folk. You're very self-aware, Mr. Owens. You understand who you are as a person. I can be a bit jealous, just a little bit, but not much. You understand, even if it's a small bit, you gotta be aware of it. Right. And you know that about yourself. You say you're moody and could exercise more patience. I bet you you're hard on yourself. I think that you are a man in charge of his own emotional life and capacity, and you want to be the best man you can be. So you scan yourself for your weak spots and you discern them, because I don't think these are really huge, but you know that they're there because everybody's got some weird in them. Right. So you know what I mean? So I think that's extraordinary that you see these small correctable things that you're aware of. Need to get used to not always putting my needs and wants first. Ooh. You know what I mean?
I've been single a long time, and kind of on my own a long time without not having a wife, obviously, or a fiance, and so I need to be more constant of that and put her first and consider her needs and wants ahead of my own at times.
Every married person should have that on their list of things to do, because it's got to be Big E, Big E, Big E. That's my husband, me. And for him, it's got to be Lynn, 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 Big E, because that's how a marriage survives. So, woo! But you want to know what the best thing I've ever seen in any compatibility test is what Mr. Owens said. Side note. My intended is not any of the negative totalisms that I've seen on your show. This is a man who's paying attention. He watches Divorce Court with you. You can't get any better than that. Ms. Bundley, I want you to give me a 20-second profession of love. Why Mr. Owens is the only man for you.
The only man.
Go.
Oh, this man is the only man for me because still, when he walks into a room, he makes me smile. I mean, he has my heart. He has a wonderful family. He's still a gentleman. He will open that door for you. He will pull that chair out and push you back up to the table. Guys, I just love him with all my heart. He's the one. He's number 5. He's the
You got your work cut out for you, Mr. Owens. That was an A+. 30-second profession of love with respect to Ms. Bundley. Go.
Well, first and foremost, I love her with all my heart. She's kind, caring, considerate, charming. She got a beautiful smile that I love. I love that laugh. There's nobody else for me. She's the one, and I can't wait to watch her walk down the aisle to me and become my wife. So I love you, baby.
Love you too.
And she's beautiful. She's beautiful on the inside and out, Your Honor. And she was even prettier than she is now before she started working all these hours.
See?
You know, I don't know what to do. I mean, I gave her an A+ and you even beat her. So I don't even know what to give you on that. So you just extra credit.
All right.
Well done, well done. So I'm gonna give a moment, get a Kleenex, and then tell you what I think y'all need to do. How did you know your partner was the one for you? Share your opinion on Twitter and Instagram at Divorce Court. Divorce Court will be right back. I think you guys know what I think about you guys. I think you are an extraordinary couple.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You and Mr. Owens, you did something that guys in here rarely do, and I don't think it's because they're bad guys or bad people or men are this less than or anything, but typically when a man gives a profession of love, he gives a list of the things that she does for him, as opposed to listing her characteristics. You didn't say she did anything for you. All you said that she was kind, caring, considerate, and charming. You spoke to her soul, who she was as a person, her spirit, and who she is. And I just found that extraordinarily refreshing.
Oh, well, thank you.
You know, I just extraordinarily refreshing. Mrs. Bundley, I think you are gorgeous. I think you are sweet. I think you are funny. I think you are grown. I think you got, I don't know what happened with them first 4. But they crazy. Yeah. Because to let you go, they most definitely have to be foolish people. Because you're all that and a bag of chips. So extraordinarily tickled to have met you. I am so honored to be able to talk to you. I'm flattered that you know the tolarisms. It's just, I'm just having a fabulous time. What you want to say, Mr. Owens?
The tolarisms I was speaking of is that she's not a radical ratchet, traveling all around a disassembled community, paying the stupid tax with no more compass.
You got it down, Mr. Owens. You have got me down. Listen, if you two don't send me a picture of the wedding, I'm gonna talk about you like dogs. Please, walk down that aisle, love one another. I'm so happy for you. This matter is adjourned.
Thank you, Judge. Yeah, it was a wonderful experience for me. I was looking forward to meeting Judge Toller. I'm glad that she gave us her blessing, and we're looking forward to the future together.